All right, so the AFC East last year, the Bills won this division. Patriots came in second, the only two teams that came out the playoffs in this division. But a lot of moves were made throughout this division. So a lot of new players, new faces, new coaches. So we're gonna talk about the AFC East and who's gonna win that division. I'm gonna kick this one off. So who's gonna win the AFC East? Yeah, this division right here, it's gonna be competitive at the top.
I like where this is going.
It's gonna be competitive at the top, y'all. It's gonna be competitive at the top. I got two teams in this division finishing 12-5. Two teams. All right. Obviously, the Bills are one of them, but I think the Bills will lose that tiebreaker
The
to the
Dolphins.
Miami Dolphins.
Yes,
Bro.
let's go,
I
Joe.
feel it. I
I'm
feel it.
with you. I'm with
I
you.
feel it. I feel. Hey. I'm drinking the Kool-Aid, Matt. I'm drinking that
I'm
Miami
with
water. I
you.
don't know, man. Listen, I like what they got going on. They remind me of a 49ers team, but better. All right. So like Kyle Shanahan, Mike McDaniel's been under Kyle Shanahan. They've been talking about how he's going to basically take the same offensive system and bring that to the Dolphins. They got the perfect personnel for that. You got your Jimmy G is Tua, right? And then on the outside, you got two speedy receivers, Waddle and you got Tyreek Hill. You got a better offensive line. They've been having a terrible offensive line since Tua's been there. They got a little better, right? Also, Jajeski, I love the tight end playmaker. They got him still. And they got a 3 running back rotation for that Kyle Shanahan system. So and then they defense. I like their defense. They already have a good defense. So I think that the Dolphins are going to start off very hot, y'all. I think the first 9 games of the season, they're going to go 8-1. It might sound crazy. I think they're going to. I think I got them beating the Patriots. I got them beating y'all, Carl. I got them.
Drunk.
Huh? I got them starting off hot because they're gonna catch a lot of people off guard. All right. Patriots, Ravens, Bills, Bengals, Jets, Steelers, Lions, Bears. And the only loss I got is kind of random, the Vikings. I think the Vikings gonna sneak up and beat them. All right. And then on the back end of their schedule, I got them losing to the Browns, 49ers, Bills, Packers, but they're gonna win the last 2 games and win 12 games. So I got the Dolphins finishing first, Bills finishing second, Patriots finishing third. I think the Patriots gonna have a bad season this year. Patriots finishing third, and the Jets finishing fourth. So that's my take on the AFC East.
So I thought we were gonna get real controversial, but apparently we not. I'm with Joe. I'm with Joe. I got the Dolphins first, the Bills second. I got the Patriots third, and the Jets obviously last. Unless Joe Flacco starts the whole season, then the Jets are first. No, I'm joking. But but for real though, I 100% agree with Joe. Like I've been saying, Tua has people in that organization that finally believes in him. He doesn't have to look over his shoulder. He doesn't have to question himself whenever he makes a mistake. He can actually have that short-term memory that a quarterback needs to have. He made a mistake, get over it. It's the time to go to the next play. Like Joe said, he has 2 speedy receivers, Tyreek and Waddle. He has Mike Gesicki, who I think will be more of a red zone threat this year. At least it would be smart to make him more of a red zone threat, but their quarterback is more of an offensively inclined coach. So I believe he'll do that. And what Joe was saying is they're going to run a Kyle Shanahan type system. Guess who played a Kyle Shanahan system? Raheem Mostert.
Yep.
So you got a guy that played in that system.
Yep.
He just got to stay healthy. But again, they bolster a top tier defense. You're going to have to play in Miami. We know how the humidity gets in Miami. It gets the teams. So
I know. Coach Coon know about that.
Yeah, so man, I do like them. I'm sipping on the Kool-Aid too. We forget 2 years ago we were screaming tanking for Tua. That was literally a thing. So I mean, we got to actually give this kid a legit shot, and I think this is the year to give him a legit shot. And I think he's going to prove all the doubters wrong and all the people that believed in him right. You also hear in camp he's been slanging the ball. A lot of people say, "Oh, he's just going to throw drags." Like, come on, bro. We serious? He was being coached by a guy that didn't even want him, and we're gonna really critique that. Like, okay. Like I said, I agree 100% with Joe. I got no arguments.
Matt, ready? Go ahead, Matt. Tua.
Every single time I try to believe in these damn fish. They tank every damn time. But I have to be realistic in my decisions.
Okay? No way.
Don't get me wrong. I had them at 7-10 before, doing my little thing after the draft and everything, and then training camp hasn't really started yet. So I'm doing my thing. But here's one thing I said: if you reverted to the Chiefs, one thing I put them in last place was why they lost Tyreek Hill. There are some things that dude does on the field. You don't even have to be accurate. Okay. You don't. You just have to put it in his hands, and he will literally do the absolute rest. I still got the Bills at number one, and I'm having them at number one because they have to be at number one. Because what I was saying last year, which is why they didn't make it to the playoffs without a running game, if that crap pulls another stunt again, I don't want to hear nothing else about Josh Allen being the all-see all quarterback. I don't want to hear none of that crap because to me now you're in the same boat as Herbert. Herbert had more yards. I think Herbert's receivers just dropped more balls, and that's why they got put in the position that they got put in. Let's not forget about that game with the Chiefs where he threw it to Mike Williams. Then Mike Williams will take his behind over to that tent. Then he threw it on a fourth down drive. Receiver catches it in the back of the end zone and drops it, and he walking over to the tent. So let's not jump all over Herbert and then praise Josh Allen when they pretty much played almost identical. So this is the year that the Bills have to take it. However, I do believe if Miami is in there, they're in trouble because Miami going to put them out because you got Tyreek Hill. And one thing I've always said about Tua, I never necessarily came for Tua outside of me saying I don't see him driving you consistently 80 yards up and down the football field, drive after drive after drive. I don't believe he's that methodical. However, I've always said you put Tua inside that 45, well, you're in trouble now because that is more where he gets to move his legs. The field is shorter. It's not all about being methodical. It's about strikes. It's about accuracy for short yardages. And you're in field goal range, and the running backs can also help. So it's not fully put on his shoulders. His weapons will be able to be active where he can be more disastrous. Or less disastrous. It's just I don't see the consistency of him being a Tom Brady, which I'm not putting him on that caliber, but that 80 yards up and down the field, I don't see him doing that. But I also see that the defense will keep them in field position that is not putting them in bad ways. And I also see the special team actually taking a step forward for the Miami Dolphins. So I believe as a whole, I do have to change their record because looking at it, what Joe said, he said 8-1. I'll say 7-2.
Okay.
To be honest with you, I'll say 7. I mean, I'm looking at it because I gave them a loss to the Jets. That's not happening. They're gonna win that game because Jets ain't looking too good right now either. They're not. I think they still have a quarterback issue. The Bengals is who I believe they'll lose to. The Ravens is that other loss. I don't think they're beating the Ravens week 2. I think the Ravens. I'm not putting no disrespect on a Harbaugh defense. I don't care who you got back there at receiver. Harbaugh defense gonna always find a way. It's just what they do. So I'm giving that one week 2 a win to the Ravens. But after that, it's gonna be Miami Dolphins for a stretch, man. I do see what you're saying. Is if you look at their schedule. After the Vikings, they got the Steelers, Lions, Bears, Browns. Then they got a bye week. Then they got the Texans. 49ers may give them a problem. Chargers should beat them. But if that defense is not a top 10 defense, well, you're not beating nobody with a Tyreek Hill type of receiver. So that could possibly be a loss for the Chargers. I don't see them sweeping the Bills. Packers are having a problem with their receivers not catching the football. Aaron Rodgers airing their asses out over there at training camp. I'm actually now giving that a win for the Dolphins all the way in week 16 because I don't think Green Bay gonna be too good, but that's for the NFC. And the Patriots again. I think they're gonna take one of the ugliest step backward. It's not gonna be pretty. And I'm talking about that quarterback might even get franchise tag because I don't think he's the heir apparent of what they were wanting. I think he's a good quarterback, but I don't know if that system fits him. The Patriots system is very particular to openness, and I don't know. You have to be in it a while for it to work, and that defense has to be there. They don't have any of those pieces.
Yeah, that defense ain't there.
It's all over the place. They don't have offensive or defensive coordinators. It's all over. There's no way you're going to sit here and tell me y'all going to win the division, and you have no standards for who's leading either side of the football. So I think they're going to take an ugly step back, but enough to be only in third place. Because Jets, unfortunately, I like Ryan Saul, but I think he going to get put on the hot seat after this season, man.
Yes, I
agree. And it sucks because they got one of the best cornerbacks in the league, and that's going to be their only show if he don't get hurt.
It's not his fault, man. Zach Wilson sucked. Blame the owner.
Yeah, and it ain't his fault, and he's gonna take the heat for it. And that's the sucky part about it, because I do believe the Jets defense is actually looking like he wants it to look, but that offense is putting them in bad ways, and it's not getting better to me.
You do like the crazy thing about the Jets offense is they have weapons. They got weapons.
They do.
Elijah Moore. They got Corey Davis. They got the new guy, Garrett Wilson.
The rookie running back from last year.
Oh, Michael Carter.
Yeah, Michael Carter.
Yeah, from North Carolina, who helped make Sam Howell.
They got a lot of weapons.
We'll say that.
I think Guzman's out of just, he there now.
Man,
they don't have a quarterback.
They do not have a quarterback. Jets. But Joe, you think the Dolphins are going to beat us but lose to the Browns? See
when you look at like that, you can't look at people's schedule and you can't look at what team is better. People get snug up on. I got I got them playing y'all the second game of the season. They're playing y'all the second game of the season. So that's like people are not like the Dolphins they got a lot of new pieces. Y'all don't. Y'all are the Ravens.
Well, when has a Ravens defense in the weeks of 1 through 4? When have they ever been bottom? They are always, no matter, defense don't come in strong from weeks 1 through 4, but you have the Steelers, you have the Ravens, and you have the Patriots. They always set the precedent coming in those first 4 weeks.
And I will say last year, but last year don't count because y'all were hurt last year. I'm not
exactly.
Like that. Come on,
well, you can't say last year because look at the games they were winning. Those close, it wasn't like you were putting 40 points on the Ravens. But you know what I'm saying is you weren't putting 40 points on the Ravens, right? They're beating you. The Ravens are beating you 17, 15, 14, 11. So you're not scoring on the defense.
Nah, I can't agree because the Raiders and Chiefs were both shootouts, and that was like the first 2 weeks. But
yeah, and the Raiders played bad at first.
Oh, that's true. You know what?
Yeah, I can't give you that.
That's right.
And then the Colts was like not too far away. But my whole thing is this. I joked with J-Mo about this before because you're a Dolphins fan. We are used to beating the Dolphins by 40. No exaggeration.
Well, not last year.
That's what I'm getting at.
Okay,
go ahead. Last year, so we're on payback. That's what I'm getting at. You forgetting the fact that we on payback with the Dolphins. We wasn't supposed to lose that game. Sammy Watkins, thank you. Thank God you're gone. But we want revenge, and it's in Baltimore this year.
Yeah,
so we gonna get restitution.
What I will say, Tyreek better not get hurt, because boy, there go that whole season.
I want Tyreek
depending on him. This whole thing is riding on him.
But yeah, that's what I already knew. That's what you was getting at. Like the Browns might sneak up on. I don't care how much sneaking the Browns do. They not beating the Dolphins.
No, the Browns still got a good defense though.
They do.
So you know what I mean. So that's and then Tyreek Hill, he be having a difficult time against the Browns.
Look,
Tyreek Hill does.
I love the tandem of Denzel Ward and Greg Newsome. Love them.
So that's
and Greedy Williams is still there.
I'm looking at. And I'm looking at they're going to put some pressure on Tua, and they're going to take an L. They're going to go into the bye week, So that's how I'm looking at them.
Unless Deshaun Watson there, Jacoby Brissett is not moving the ball on Xavier Howard and Noah Hedabo.
You got to remember the quarterback going to be now.
They still got a good running attack. You don't forget about that.
But the Dolphins have a good defense overall too, though.
Yeah, I feel you on that. But I'm like, I don't know. I just got y'all losing that second game, and then with y'all schedule that.
Look, I'm not mad at that. It's just the fact you picked the Browns to beat them and chose them to beat us.
Yeah, that's how it works sometimes. When you look at people, like look at the Bill, it lost to the Jags last year. Who expected that? So that's it's like,
true. And then the Bengals did lose to Magic Mike White in the Jets.
Yeah. You see what I'm saying? So people go on the road and then they get snug up on. That's how I look at it. So like the Dolphins gonna be on the road, media gonna be all up in their look. I got them going 8-1. Media gonna be all up in their head. Oh, or the Tua with this snap, media gonna be crazy. They're gonna roll into Cleveland because it's in Cleveland, I think, right? If I'm not mistaken.
No, it's home. It's home.
It's home. Perfect. They're gonna come home. They're gonna be far. They're gonna be like, oh, it's gonna be easy dub. Boom. Cleveland gonna take.
And you know why? Because, well, here's what I'll say. If they lose to the Lions, right? Because I do have them with a loss to the Lions. And they could lose 3 games out of that first 8.
I won't be surprised at that either.
Right.
The Lions,
So if they lose to the Lions, win to the Bears, they could come home and beat the Browns. It's if they go on that 2-game winning streak on the road, that's where I get with you, where they can come home cocky and lose to the Browns.
Yeah. So basically, going into like going into the bye week, you feel me? I got them losing 2 games. It's keep like that. Going into 2 games, going to the bye week.
Like I'm not mad at it. You know what I'm saying?
All right. All right, cool. So we're gonna go down to the last and the most entertaining division. I know y'all excited about this one. All right, we got the AFC West, the best of the West. We're gonna go over this. Thank you for staying to the end. If you're watching this on YouTube, please like this video, subscribe, and also hit that notification button so you can be notified next time we put out a video. If you're listening on any podcast platform, subscribe and hit that notification button, y'all, so you can be notified we put out another podcast audio. And last but not least, hit that share button. No matter what you're listening to or watching it, hit that share button and send it to somebody that you know that would love to watch this episode you just listened to. So once again, thank you for staying to the end, and we'll see y'all at the next episode.